These cartoons look a little bit realistic. Nah, I'm just saying these are cartoon characters. They look better on TV, like with just the realization of them just sitting in your face. Scary. The emphasis, like everything is just so defined, you know.
Yeah.
It's like AI is in your face right here.
Giant.
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. Super excited about this video. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Efteling is the largest theme park in the Netherlands and one of the oldest theme parks in the world. It opened on May 31st, 1952 and evolved from a nature playground into a fairy tale forest. We'll be taking a look at the park's history and give a little glimpse as to what this charming park based on ancient myths, legends, fables and fairy tales is all about. Located in the town of Kaatsheuvel, the Efteling Nature Park Foundation was founded in 1950 by the mayor of Loon, R.J. van der Heyden, filmmaker Peter Reinders, and designer artist Anton Pieck. The name came from a 16th century farm called Efteling. Work began in 1951 for the expansion of the park to introduce a new playground, tea house, sports field, and a pond, as well as parking facilities. It wasn't until 1952 and the introduction of the fairy tale forest that things really started to take off, and a shift from the recreational park to a theme park. The fairy tale forest opened with 10 fairy tales within it. Sleeping Beauty, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, The Frog Prince, Long Neck, and the Chinese Nightingale were just some of the fairy tales featured. In its first year, it saw over 220,000 visitors through the gates. Over the next couple of years, the park would continue to expand, adding more fairy tales such as Hansel and Gretel and introducing a steam carousel. By 1956, the attendance had more than doubled to over 700,000 a year. There is a long-standing rumour and legend that claims that Walt Disney himself visited the early Efteling Park and was inspired to break ground on his own park in California. However, this may not be entirely true. Walt did take inspiration from a variety of different places when designing Disneyland, places such as Griffith Park in Los Angeles and Tivoli Gardens in Copenhagen. So it is not a completely bogus theory that he could have drawn some inspiration from Efteling. Walt did tour the Netherlands at least once during the 50s, but allegedly this was more to visit a studio that was dubbing Walt Disney films into Dutch. It's an intriguing rumour to say the least, with the crossover of fairy tales and some similar themes.
We're here just to see Holland, to visit Holland. While here, I hope to pay a visit to the Polygon Propildi Studios, who have been doing the Dutch versions of all of our pictures. And I hear by those that would know and be qualified to judge that they've been doing a very good job. And I hope the Dutch people have liked them too.
One such connection between Disney and Efteling is true though. During the construction of Disneyland Paris, Disney Imagineers consulted Efteling during the construction and its design phase to help adapt the American park to European tastes. 1959 saw the addition of a friendly glutton, Holly Bollygeist, who is a paper devouring bin. He still operates in the park to this day and is famous around the world for begging to be fed paper.
Okay.
Recycle.
That is teaching them young. Teaching them young.
Yes.
Just put a little cartoon character in front of them. Tell them the reason for it. Oh yeah, they're gonna go to it every time.
Yes, our kids will love this. Just to hear it talk.
If you did not grow up in Western Europe, you may be unfamiliar with some of the characters inside the park. While it does feature familiar characters such as Red Riding Hood, other characters such as Long Neck is a character from The Six Servants, one of the Brother Grimm's less well-known stories. Long Neck can, as the name suggests, grow his neck to various...
I don't know, bro. I like them better on TV. These cartoons look a little bit realistic. Nah, I'm just saying. These are cartoon characters. They look better on TV, like, with just the realization of them just sitting in your face.
Scary.
The emphasis, like, everything is just so defined, you know?
Yeah.
It's It's like AI is in
like
your face right here.
Giants.
Yep.
Lengths to see across long distances. Throughout the 60s, more fairy tales were added to the park, as well as a miniature railway and dioramas. Anton Pieck, the first lead designer of the park, is seen as one of the reasons why the park had great success. His illustration style being grim and dark while also nostalgic was a philosophy the park would keep, with no cheap building materials ever used. In the mid-70s, the chief designer position had been passed down onto Ton van der Ven, who had already been working at Efteling for several years. Pieck was said to be very pleased with van der Ven's work, and in 1978 saw the addition of the Haunted Castle attraction, which was the first to be designed entirely by him. Van der Ven is considered by many to be the best Imagineer outside of Disney, and continued his work until 2002 when he retired. We will take a look at some of Van der Ven's rides in further details in the future weekly episodes, but he designed multiple popular attractions within the park. The first still coaster was added to the park in 1981, called Python. This was a resounding success from its first day operating, but did have some issues operating late due to the noise the ride created later in its life. The ride was actually demolished and recreated in 2017, keeping as true to the original as possible, but with a smoother and quieter ride. The park continued to add top quality attractions throughout the 80s, and the park expanded greatly. Rides such as Half Moon, the swinging ship, Piranha, a river raft ride, Bob Track, a bobsled roller coaster, and also an observation tower, with some of the additions to the park.
So who was the target audience? Because the girl coming out the water seemed a little scary.
Was these all cartoon characters at one point?
Fairy tales and
you know what I'm saying?
Tales,
was this all TV series or things of that nature for the kiddios?
Or was this like something like
created
for every person in the family?
Yeah.
You know, the spooky stuff. It seems like a lot of spooky things.
1992 saw Efteling turn 40 years old, and it's celebrated by opening the first on-site hotel. There was also a museum exhibit of initial designer Anton Pieck. The resort has continued to grow since then and now offers 2 hotels, the theme park, a theatre, and a golf course, as well as 2 holiday villages. 1993 saw the addition of Dreamflight, in which visitors fly through a dream world of forests, castles, and other fairy tale-like scenes. The ride puts visitors in small open cabins hanging from the ceiling. The ride was initially supposed to open in 1992 to correlate with the anniversary, but delays with the ride cabin saw it delayed, with the ride costing €4.5 million more than expected, bringing its total cost to $12.5 million. The most expensive ride at Efteling to that day, but a beautiful crafted dark ride was added to the park. 1996 saw the addition of 2 new major parts of the park. The House of the Five Senses was created by Ton van der Ven as a new entrance to the Efteling, and the introduction of the Madhouse ride. Up until 1999, the park had only operated seasonally from April until October. As the park was expanding greatly and its popularity continued to increase, the park's management experimented with the idea of Winter Efteling, which would keep the park open with a selection of rides, but would feature holiday displays and Christmas lights. Winter Efteling still occurs from November until February, but the park is open year-round. As the years progress, more rides and fairy tales are continually added to the park.
Everything look better around Christmas time.
Kapitein van der Dekken met Pasen vooruit. In stremende stormwind verliet hij zijn bruid.
2007 saw the addition of the Flying Dutchman water coaster / dark ride, which continued the spectacular theming the park is known for. And in 2008 saw the replacement of the park's first wooden coaster Pegasus, which was replaced by a dueling wooden roller coaster called George and the Dragon. As the park continued to expand, Efteling saw the addition of its first nighttime show in 2012 called Aquanura. The water show is the largest in Europe and features the 3rd largest fountain in the world. It is often compared to a smaller version of Disney's World of Color at Disney's California Adventure. Some notable additions to the park in recent years is the B&M dive coaster Baron 1898, another heavily themed coaster set in 1898 about a gold mining shaft. We'll be taking a look at some of the attractions within this park though on future expeditions. Efteling was largely built in a pine forest in a rural area, giving the park a very natural feel.
You see, y'all know I don't like heights, but this is my thing. With amusement parks where it's like a real amusement park, I'm more trusting of the rides.
Yeah.
But the
carnivals,
the carnivals
where they just start putting stuff together and they be like, "I think this place go here, bro."
Yeah, I couldn't do those. I don't trust them.
I mean, it's fun to know they're in town. Like, you see them, you driving by, you see they got the tents, they got all the rides just stationed, they're not operated yet, they're not put together yet.
Yeah.
And then, like, overnight, next morning, you come by and everything is on. It's like, yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, but things like that.
I keep everything close to the ground.
Me too. But that,
yeah. That's the one.
If y'all see us right here making faces when they're showing that drop, baby.
That's a drop. Oh, that's a drop.
I couldn't do it.
It has an abundance of green space and allows the visitors to get sucked into its storytelling. Growing from just 10 fairy tales in a fairy tale forest in 1952 to over 29 these days, the park goes from strength to strength. There are a variety of different attractions, shows, and museums for all ages to be entertained, and the intricate theming and attention to detail keep this marvelous park at the top of many people's favorites. From its unique take on attractions to its focus on unique fairy tales, such as a statue of a donkey who can poop gold from the Brothers Grimm story, The Table, the Ass, and the Stick. The statue really does poop plastic gold. I strongly encourage anyone visiting Europe to check out Efteling. We hope you enjoyed this look at the park and keep an eye out on future expeditions that will give a more in-depth look at some of the rides and attractions the park has to offer.
This place is a world of wonders waiting to be discovered by you. Efteling, World of Wonders.
Efteling really is one of the best theme parks in Europe. We will see you next time.
Man, last roller coaster I was on was when we went to Florida. And I jumped on the Jurassic Park with my oldest. And it was a little long, up and down, this, that, and the third. And you actually went on one too, but it was like a water skiing version.
Round and round and
Yeah, I had to go in like a little, it was dope.
I like kiddie parks. They don't do too much.
Yeah.
I
don't know, I gotta catch me on a good day to get on one of them.
Yeah, this seems like a cool place. Let us know if we were to go there. What are the must-do things to do? Let us know.
Thanks.
All right, so we hope you guys enjoyed watching this video with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you like to support the channel that way, as well as our reaction request form is in our description box below. We'll see you soon.
Peace.